For decades, the world believed Dean Martin had the easiest life in show business. The smile. The slow swagger. The drink in his hand. It all looked effortless. If Hollywood had a definition of cool, it looked exactly like him. But here's the quiet truth most fans never saw: behind that relaxed charm was a man carrying losses so heavy they eventually silenced the laughter. And to understand that contrast, you have to go back to the beginning, long before the tuxedos and stage lights. Dean Martin was born Dino Paul Crocetti on June 7, 1917 in Steubenville, Ohio. His parents were Italian immigrants, and inside their home only Italian was spoken. For the first 5 years of his life, Dino barely understood English. When he finally entered school, the language barrier made him an outsider overnight. Kids mocked his accent. Teachers struggled to understand him. Imagine walking into a classroom where everyone already belongs, except you. By 10th grade, he dropped out. Not because he lacked ability, but because he felt the system had already rejected him. From there, his life became a string of survival jobs: gas station attendant, milkman, casino dealer. At one point he even stepped into boxing, fighting under the name Kid Crochet. The results were brutal. Broken knuckles. A damaged nose. Hard lessons. But somewhere between smoky gambling rooms and late-night shifts, something unexpected happened. He started singing. At first it was just for coworkers. Then club owners began noticing the voice, smooth, relaxed, almost conversational. He adopted the name Dean Martin and slowly began performing in nightclubs. The man who once struggled to speak English was now captivating rooms with nothing but a microphone. Then fate intervened again. In 1946, he teamed up with a wild young comedian named Jerry Lewis. The pairing was electric. Dean played the calm crooner while Jerry exploded with chaotic comedy. Their act became a sensation across America. By the early 1950s, they were movie stars. But success doesn't always protect friendships. After 10 years, tension between them grew. Dean felt like the straight man rather than an equal partner. In 1956, the duo split. Many predicted his career would collapse. Instead, it evolved. Dean found new life performing in Las Vegas with the legendary Frank Sinatra and the famous Rat Pack. To audiences, he looked like the ultimate party king. Yet behind the scenes, the famous whiskey glass often contained nothing stronger than apple juice. The drunken act was mostly theater. The real man was quieter. More reserved. Sometimes painfully shy. He built a massive career, starring in films, hosting the Dean Martin Show from 1965 to 1974, and selling over 50 million records worldwide with timeless songs like That's Amore and Everybody Loves Somebody. But the hardest moment of his life arrived in 1987. His son, Dean Paul Martin, died in a military jet crash at age 35. Friends say something inside Dean broke that day. The jokes grew quieter. The appearances slowed. The man who once filled arenas seemed to retreat into silence. By 1995, after years of heavy smoking, Dean Martin died from complications related to lung disease at 78 years old. When the news reached Las Vegas, the casinos dimmed their lights in tribute. And maybe that final gesture says everything. Because behind the effortless charm, behind the Rat Pack laughter and late-night songs, Dean Martin spent his life doing something very human. Smiling through pain, while the whole world watched.